Hey everybody, I am back with another video. I know these are not becoming consistent enough, but let's not talk about it. I have my friend again with me today, Asia.
Hey y'all.
Our topic today is subtle secrets. So we are going to get into some secrets about accountability.
Yes.
More so, we just want to kind of get a idea of what accountability is. I know a lot of us lack it, and accountability isn't only come in one form. It comes in some of these subtle secrets that we're about to drop to y'all today. Also, let's not talk about my hair. Let's not talk about how we glistening, because it is hot today, y'all.
It's hot.
It is burning up. We substituted our drinks like we had last time for actual water. This time, okay, it is...
We is not about to pass out around these parts, okay?
No makeup, hair crazy.
Your hair is bomb. It's just effortless. She just...
This is not a thing.
Okay.
She made this up.
But I like it.
Thank you. Alright, so we are getting into some subtle secrets. The first topic for subtle secrets is self, right? Accountability with yourself. So, what is accountability for yourself mean for you?
I think just having integrity, being honest, having that relationship with God really holds you accountable with yourself. I feel like those are the main key things that keep me accountable.
For sure.
Reading my Bible too, like, cause church is down right now, so you gotta hold yourself accountable for getting that word, okay?
Get that Unity Christian Fellowship on YouTube and Facebook Live. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life.
Tune in.
For me, accountability with self comes into like knowing who I am, knowing the things that I want to accomplish, and how I get to those things. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a job, amount of money, a certain status, all these other things. I think it's just more so how we internalize who we are and how we're going to get to who we want to be. And for me, that's where like that accountability of self comes in. So
that's good.
Is there a moment in your life where you feel like you have lacked accountability with yourself? And like if so, like give an example and how you went about that.
Okay, so it won't be specific because if y'all know anything about me, I had too many times before where I did lack accountability. And what I can say is that it always ended up in a loss. Like, or a lesson rather, because ain't no L's over here, but in a lesson. I learned my lesson, and whether it took money out my pocket, whether it hurt my feelings, whether it just showed me something, like, I took a loss. I took a L, so too many to tell y'all. But at the end of the day, when I wasn't accountable, when I wasn't looking into being accountable, it always backfired.
Yeah. For myself, lacking accountability, I wasn't able to, in a specific environment, I knew exactly what I needed to do for a particular goal. And I procrastinated, y'all. I procrastinated so long on how to figure that out, on making sure I took those proper steps, on learning that skill set, on making sure that I contacted the people that I needed to reach out to. And when I didn't hold myself accountable, it ended up in a lesson, because we're going to do L's over here, okay? Well, not those other L's. We do lessons, we're going to do losses.
Right,
okay?
Period. Get that on the shirt.
For real. We do lessons, we don't do losses. And y'all better not steal that, because me and Asia coming out the shirt.
Like right off the door. We stay tuned.
But it's one of those things where when I did not hold myself accountable, it showcased in multiple environments, and that's when it hits the hardest. When it doesn't only show up in your finances, but it shows up in your career, and then it shows up in your relationships with your friends, because now you're bummed out or mad or upset because you didn't accomplish this thing, but you didn't hold yourself accountable. So now your energy is projected onto everybody else, right? So
you better talk that talk. I love it.
I can't.
I love it.
But seriously, like, accountability goes a lot of ways. So,
yes.
And speaking of significant others, let's talk about that accountability. Because I know for me, Listen, let's say this. Significant others does not only mean a significant other in a romantic fashion, right?
Okay.
It means family. It means friendships.
Okay.
It means co-workers. It means people you find acquaintances with, people who are in your industry, people who have the same hobbies as you, whatever that is. Like, that can be a significant other because they're adding significant value to yourself. It could be your relationship with your pastor. Right. In our case, our relationship with our bishop and things like that, right? So with that, and of course it also does include that romantic person.
If you want to see,
right.
Could never.
You could never. So, when was the last time you had to hold a significant other accountable?
Okay.
Or can you explain, sorry to cut you off, could you explain what it looks like holding someone else accountable?
Okay, so I'll use a work example. I'm a phlebotomist, so I draw blood. And so I won't break it down for y'all, but I'm a PSR too, which means at that site you need to make sure everything goes right, because if not, at the end of the day, they're going to come back to you. So one way I hold my coworkers and myself accountable is that even though we cool, even though you may have my number, like at the end of the day, if I have to pull you to the side because someone else's life is at stake, that's what I have to do. So it's just like, just setting those boundaries. You know, I feel like with proper boundaries set, that on our ends, on their end and on your end, that it will make everything flow much better, you know? And then any relationship without accountability is like, it's not a genuine relationship. To me, it's not. So
that was great, because if there's no accountability, like, we need to put that on a shirt. If there's no accountability, y'all, it is not a relationship.
Nope.
In anything, you want to make sure you're showing up. Showing up full, showing up as your entire self.
100%.
And if I cannot do that in gentle correction, right?
Yes.
Some people like to be critical about, like,
and that's key. That's key. You got to work on your heart, because you can't, as much, even if you are mad, you can't just be like, well, woo, like, no, because think about how you might make that other person feel. So it's just like accountability. You also have to have compassion for other people. You know, you can't just go in like, you just have to be like, come here, let me put you to the side, like, girl, like, but still let it be known, like, hey, set that boundary, you know? So between right and wrong, like, you should know.
And something that was said to me, something that was said to me in a ministry context, but I'll bring it to a forefront. It resonated with me in my entire life. It was told to me that in everything I do, I should check my heart posture, right? What in my spirit or what in me is telling me that I need to address this? Am I feeling uncomfortable by it? Is it something that is false? Is it rooted in, maliciousness? What is always my intent when I do anything, even applying for a particular role within somebody's life, within a career state? Like, what is your heart posture? What's your motive? What's your motive behind it?
Intentions.
Always. So that,
please make sure your intentions, are always pure. Like, we all go through this where we like, ooh, like, why do you really want it? Why are you really doing it? Is it for you, or is it because the next person, or you saw that they're like, be intentional. This the year intentional, right?
Yes.
Be intentional, be pure, and just guard your heart. Because if you start doing stuff because it's not in your heart, because this is somebody else's heart, then I'm telling you, it's going to lead you down to other paths that you do not want to go down. Like, because you wasn't genuine. Sorry, God.
No, that's true. So, moving on to one of our favorite topics, me and her specifically, hers and mine's. Hers and I, whatever.
Well, Rose,
let's talk about it. This is securing the bag, y'all.
Okay.
Securing the bag. Okay, so her being an entrepreneur, myself being an entrepreneur, this is a topic that holds really deep to us when it comes to like life and entrepreneurship. But I wanted to say, like, what have you learned about accountability when it comes to your businesses?
I'm bringing my notes for this one because I want to just tell y'all the real
Facts.
deal. Okay, so what have I learned about accountability in business? I would say honesty is key. Honesty with yourself and with your consumers. So you always want to be honest, because if they can't trust you, sis or bro, we're not gonna, even if you're not selling, like, I'm not gonna want to rock with you if I cannot trust you. And so accountability, I put that it brings progress and gain, but it also reminds you of the areas that you need to work on. You have to be willing to submit to those areas. And what else? I put it, someone wants to secure a bag. How can accountability help them? In what ways does securing a bag affect your approach? My bag, y'all, give me some time.
No, you good.
So I put make positive decisions for your personal and for your business. And what I meant by that is, let's just say, whatever, you pop in both. But let's just say, okay, you go out, you having a drink or whatever, but you know you like to get crazy when you drink. So next thing you know, you out here fighting, but your business, you just started a business. So now it's like, okay, now you getting in trouble, but you're not thinking like your brand is on the line, your name is on the line, your business, that all that money that you just used to start up your business.
All that money.
All of it. So when I say, like, make positive decisions, think positive, is not just for your business, it's for your personal, because they're all going to collide together. Or like, give it another example. If you're like about drama and you have a business, well, guess what? A lot of people may not want to work with you if you're known to be drama queen, you know? So think about that. I'll say social media. Social media really holds you accountable, because for me, I know, like, if you're supposed to post like 2 times a day, or however many times you want to post a day, set your own thing. But if you're supposed to do that and it's like, ooh, I ain't posted today. So social media will hold you accountable. If you have a business account and you're on social media, it has all the, what are you going to call it?
Analytics and insights.
Analytics and all that to help you, so you can see, so you can be accountable on, like, okay, what can I do to better this? What can I do to change this? You know, so it's pretty much there.
Yeah. For me personally, I keep saying for me personally, Shan, if you know Shan Boudrum, she go by Shan Booty, and her husband Jared, they talk about for me personally, and whatever. Y'all gotta watch it. Anyway, for me personally, I agree with Jared on this one. It's not holding yourself accountable when it comes to your business will cause your business to not make its goals, to not do what it is you intended on it to do. And when, for me personally, I love saying that. For me, it's like not holding my business accountable for the things in which I put into it can affect the type of consumers I bring. So if my business is supposed to be intimacy brand, and I am not speaking about intimacy on a constant basis on my platform, then I am missing the mark. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about the things that pushes my business forward. And how do I expect to grow a clientele or a consumer base, even if they're just consuming my content? Consumer base does not mean they are actually spending dollars in a month. But you are, in a generation like this, in a world like this, because everybody's on the internet at this point. My grandmother will be 88 on Saturday. She's on the internet. Okay. Hi, Gran. Hi, Nana. There is a level of authenticity that you need when you are going into business. Yeah. And if you're going into it for the wrong reasons, that'll always be something that makes your business not stand out as much. Mm-hmm. A lot of us hate our jobs and careers because we don't have a passion for it. And don't get me wrong, you will not be 100% happy in almost anything unless you're really working for yourself. And we can tell you, when you work for yourself, it's some days where you like, listen,
it's some days where
I'm over this.
Can somebody else do it?
Right, I'm over this, beloved. But you want to do something and where you again check that heart posture. Being accountable for my businesses and my brand is me being accountable for the energy and the type of person that my brand is attracted to and that is attracted to my brand, or that I'm attracting from my brand. Being accountable in business basically means being accountable with the rest of your life, because I feel like business is not only a subsidiary of whatever you got going on. Business is who you are. Right. You're a walking brand. I love to say this to people all the time. Like, you are a walking brand. People are not buying into you. People assess you based on whether or not they want to be a friend. They assess you based on whether or not they want to work with you. You are a walking brand in anything that they want to do. If Asia had a bad energy, a bad aura, if her brand wasn't up to par, we would not be cool, right? You know, and I know she can say the same.
I don't care how much money you got. I always say this: you cannot buy me. I've been hustling for all my life. So when it comes to respect and when it comes to just having these certain values, it's just like, okay, sis, you keep your money. Like, you can keep your money, because at the end of the day, I spend my money with people that have great customer service, with people that are very professional, with people that just their heart is in the same space that my heart is in. So I don't know, people just be thinking like if you just have a poppin' brand or a poppin' whatever idea, that it takes more than that, because character is what's going to sustain you and keep you and all of that. Anybody can start something. And then the last thing I wanted to say while we're on this topic is you have to be willing to do the work. I'm talking to myself.
Talking to me, baby.
Right? Like, if you just write down, and I am so guilty of this. Like, you have to be able to do the work. Like, man, it's just like, okay, Asia, you got, okay, all right. And it's not until you, like, you seeing someone else, and it's just like you was supposed to okay, get back on your step.
Facts.
But yeah, do the work, y'all. Just do the work.
Secondly, I'm gonna end this particular point on this. When I think about my businesses, I'm going to also release a worksheet guide for everyone on how to secure yourself, so that you can secure a bag. And the three things.
Can I get one first?
Yes. I got you, friend.
I need one.
I got you. But the three things that I focus on in that ebook or that e-workbook is educate, elevate, and entertain. If your businesses is not doing those three things, it's nothing you can do about that. If you're not educating people on something, people always seeking knowledge, whether it's knowledge about gossip, whether it's knowledge about who's with who's just had a baby. If it's knowledge about, like, how can I fix my credit, how can I get a better car, how can I flip 200, y'all love to flip money, y'all get on my nerves. I can't stand
our DMs,
please.
We're not doing it, sir.
Not at all. Ma'am, sir, beloved, let it go. But regardless, you have to educate somebody on something that they may not know about.
Right.
You also have to entertain. Like, you can't just put out content and make your content a bulletin board.
Right.
Like, make sure y'all go check out that. Did y'all see last week? Coming up next month, we're going to do it's not a bulletin board. Like, that's not entertainment. Make those skits, make those funny videos. Even if it's corny, somebody saw it and they don't remember it. Right?
That's so true.
Educate, entertain, and elevate. You want to elevate a person to a different level where not only they feel like they learned something, but they gained something. Right? Like, you can learn something that might not be informational to you. Like math. When we was in school,
come on, somebody.
Y equals mx plus b.
Like, you lost me at fractions. Okay?
I got a bone to pick with my teacher about that.
We is not using that.
I'm not using.
We're not using it.
That. PEMDAS. Okay. I'm not. Please excuse my dear out, Sally. I'm not using that. I mean,
take a drink.
I can't. I'm not using that. So you want to elevate somebody. So you don't want to just give them information, but you want to give them something that they're going to be able to retain, understand, and elevate their position in life. So when
and ultimately give it to somebody else, you know?
If y'all not sharing knowledge, I hate when people be like, I'm not telling so-and-so about this because I need them to figure it out. That's okay, because people do need to understand that they can't get things handed for free. Ain't no free lunch, we know that. But if you're gonna do that, do it instructionally on how they can go about starting to get that information. Give them a piece of the pie. Don't give them everything. Right? You know, throw them a little. Hit them with a layup on something. You know, it ain't a 3-pointer, but you're gonna get your point. Okay. The next subtle secret will be spending, accountability and spending. This is a topic I love it. Okay, it is crazy, but
okay, I get it. Oh, okay,
no, go ahead.
I get into it. So for the most part, we all can do better in spending. But for the most part, I will say I pay my tithes, I pay my bills, I invest into my business, and my 5-year-old son, somebody come get him because he takes off. But yes, other than that, like for the most part, every single time I get paid, all those things that I mentioned, that's where my money goes into. So like I just had a birthday last month. So at times like that, my birthday, holidays and stuff, I may spend a little bit more. But for the most part, tithes, reinvest in my business, spending money on my baby, that type of stuff. It's like self-care.
Because, okay, she said bundles. I like, one thing about me and Asia is that like, we invest a lot of time and money into self-care. But we do it so strategically that we only spend that major amount of money on birthdays and holidays and things like that. But things that we like, things that we want, we make sure that we find a way to profit off of them first and then turn them into our self-care.
I love it.
So she likes hair. She likes lashes. Guess what? She sells both.
So
right.
Come on.
Like, she's gonna figure out how to first make that bread from it and then add that to herself. Now she doesn't have to outsource and spend money that she would have on bundles, on lashes.
I used to be spending so much money just every 2 to 3 weeks on lashes. Like, no. I woke up today, put them on. Don't say nothing, y'all, if y'all see.
Right. And for me, in my budgeting and making sure that I have finances to do what I need to do as far as like building my business and building that brand, I didn't want to compromise what I liked. So I am not the type of person who would be like, oh, well, I want to get something done, so I need to cut back on this area. I'm not doing that. And I know that's not for everybody, but I'm not doing that. If I like to get my nails done, guess what I learned how to do? Do my own nails. I found out how to become a nail tech, and I do that on the side so that I can not only get my product and make me feel better and do my own nails, but I can now offer this service to other people. Right? I like individual lashes. I wear strips, but not as much. So I learned how to do individual lashes on myself. They're not on right now because I'm giving myself a break. But I learned how to do that because I didn't want to compromise what I like to put money aside for this. Now I've made revenue off of that. If anything, I'm a build a string type of bit. Okay?
Entrepreneur type.
Right. So for me, also, I would like y'all to visit Budget Treasures on Instagram. She's also a member of Unity Christian Fellowship, our church. Check them out on YouTube and Facebook Live. We have streaming service all the time. Yes. But with Budget Treasures, there are envelopes that I don't have with me, but I will get my envelope. She's giving it to me tomorrow. My envelopes that have what I'm spending money on.
Oh, that's good.
And the amounts of money, I gotta show them to you. They're so cute. One says Black Friday, right? It's a little cute envelope. It's decorated really nice, and it says Black Friday on it. And that's the money that I allow myself weekly to spend on Fridays on a black business.
Oh, that's dope.
Right. And then there's allowances. She also has like utilities, finances, blah blah blah. She has all these different things that you can put on these little cute envelopes. They're plastic envelopes. They're covered up. I'm actually doing another video about that, so I'll tag that later. But yeah, on those envelopes, they're cute. It makes you want to carry it. It makes you want to be accountable. Like, if you're like me, who I have to find a reason. Like, people love Starbucks cups, because even though we're not dealing with Starbucks, Black Lives Matter, we're not playing for that. But people like that because of the aesthetic that it brings, right?
Right.
I like things with aesthetic. So that made me want to budget because I constantly want to pull it out and support my black business, right? Even if it's just a black-owned food truck around the area, money that I get from doing my nails or doing other people's nails goes straight back. I vow to any money that I make off of 2 of my businesses, which is the nails, lashes, and something else that's coming soon.
Your oil, baby.
My oil too. Anything, any proceeds that I make off of that go to 2 places. Back into that exact business or to another black business. That's it. It doesn't pay my utilities. It doesn't pay my car note. It doesn't pay.
Let me speak on this.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm so glad you spoke on that because I'm so glad you spoke on that. And the reason is because you have to I have a business account separate from my personal account. Always get you a business account. When you get a business account, anything that you make and it goes into your business account, please don't spend it on your bills, on your gas. Like, for me personally, I do not touch that business account unless I'm spending more money on my business. Like, sis, I got goals and I'm not going to get there trying to floss for the next person just because I made some money. So I feel like if you get yourself a business account, which everyone needs if you have a business, it's going to help you. Get a business account. All your money that goes into that business account, if you're not reinvested into your business, please don't touch it. Just don't touch it. And then me personally, just not for anybody else, but I tithe 10% of each sale that I make. And that's just something me and God, you know. But when I tell you it works for me tremendously, it works for me. So just find what works for you and get you a business account and don't spend that money so you can keep.
I just want to agree one time on that tithes, because I definitely 10% of everything. I don't care if I charge somebody $25 for nails. $2.50 is going to the Lord.
Right.
Like, I don't care. I don't care.
Like, y'all better stop playing.
It's like he put me in position to get the money in the first place, and I need to take care of the house and where I'm getting blessed at.
Exactly.
And that's just what it is.
That is what it is.
So this brings us to our second to last topic, which is spiritual, right?
Yes.
Spirituality and accountability. I know for a lot of people, you guys aren't religious, and you don't have to be, but you are definitely spiritual. Some people are more spiritual than others. I know Asia and myself subscribe to Christianity, but we are non-denominational.
Yes.
So in that, how do you hold yourself accountable spiritually? Actually, y'all, she holds me accountable spiritually in ways before she'll send me some videos and be like, watch this.
And see, I do that. I do that with, like, if I'm connected to you, you got my number. Like, if I'm watching something or I go past something and it just speaks to my soul and it helps me, I'm the type of person, like, I'm going to share the good news. I'm going to share the good stuff. You know, it's like,
so that's scripture.
You know, because that's what he wants us to do. And then when you really start walking with him, you be like, why not do it? Reading my daily devotionals when I get up in the morning. First of all, whenever I get up in the morning before my feet hit the floor, I say thank you, God. Because if you forget to do anything else, at least you did that, okay? Before my feet hit the floor, I say thank you, God. I try to read my devotional before I get out the bed, or whenever I look at my phone, turn the alarm on. Reading the Bible. So for me, I have a 15-minute break and I have an hour lunch. So one or the other, I would try to read my Bible. Do I do it every day? I'm not about to sit here and lie to y'all because he know I'm lying. So no, I do not do it every day, but I do it enough to where it's like, okay, I'm getting fed, you know.
Right.
And I would say my bishop, Johnny R. Withers Jr. My bishop, oh my God, he's just a blessing. Y'all better go tune in to your church, okay? Pastor Mike, he's another pastor in a whole nother state. But Pastor Mike, Google him. Pastor Michael Todd is really good. Pastor Sarah Jakes, I actually went to go watch her one time, but I watch her online all the time. When I tell you all the preachers and the bishops that I just mentioned, like, they're going to feed you, and it's going to be very intentional. It's going to help transform your life, okay?
Right. And
it's really going to keep you spiritually accountable. It's not like, oh, turn to your plate. Like, no, they're going to have you do the work. And so if you don't do the work, and it's like, come on now you're not being accountable.
Yeah. I would say the same for myself. Being accountable with God is, one, making sure that there's a relationship there. I know a lot of us do not, like Asia said, we don't have that relationship. We just go about our day, and a lot of people don't even speak to God until they got a problem.
Oh my God.
And that used to be me, especially in high school, because we would have family members who would say, like, pray about it, XYZ about it, which is not a bad thing, and it's something that we should do. We should pray. We should pray about everything. We should pray about, the relationships that we get into. We should pray about that job.
Definitely.
We should pray about our finances. We should pray about, whatever our passion and position is in this world, and pray that God guides us in whatever journey that we on. But
practical. Can we be practical? What
right.
practical steps?
People like to use God as this genie in a bottle.
Ooh, say it.
And God don't do that.
That's like any relationship you in. It's like, if I can only call you to get something, to withdraw, but it's just like, you ain't never deposited nothing. You ain't never told me nothing nice. You ain't never called me to check on me. It's just like, but you just keep expecting to just keep getting stuff out of me. Like, would you do that for somebody? Would you?
Right.
Really?
Right. And I try to think about God as a human being. Obviously, he's a way above a human being. But I feel like we hold God to higher expectations because he's God, but we don't hold ourselves or the people around us as accountable. Right? So, like she said, you haven't checked on me in years, and you only call me when you need me. How dare ye?
How dare you?
Like, how dare ye, beloved, come into thy throne? Like, that's not going into the temple without no sacrifices and no offering.
Like,
For me, I try to treat God as though he is walking alongside of me in everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's wrong.
Right. I be praying before I go to the party, like, Lord, protect me. And it is what it is. He wants you to be genuine. Like,
right.
He wants you. He don't want you to be perfect. He wants you to progress every day. If you're progressing, you're getting more closer to being like him. Okay, you're not just gonna wake up like, oh, in the name of, like, you're
right.
not.
Like, people assume when you follow God is that you're not a human being.
We get mad.
We get mad. We go off. We partake in worry. We partake in other sins. We partake in a whole different realm of humanness that we all have. And for me, being accountable with God is knowing that I'm more than this.
Yes.
I'm more than whatever it is I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that going through is a great thing. Even that going through, that's a positive level that I've attained in my life.
Yes.
You're still going through a positive state or a negative state. You can go through a storm or you can go through sunshine. You know what I'm saying? But it's awareness that I am more than a body.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's so good.
I'm a spirit.
I'm more than a body.
Yeah, like you're a spirit. Like, your mind does things because of the environment that you surround yourself with and the people that you surround yourself with. But also, when you are no longer here, your spirit is here.
Mm-hmm.
Your spirit will travel. And I want to make sure when my body is no longer here, my spirit is with God.
Right. And that's what matters the most. I have wrote down a spiritual accountability is where it starts, because your relationship with God ultimately controls your path. If you have a true, genuine relationship with God and you're seeking him, whether it's daily, whether it's weekly, whenever you seek him, if you're seeking him, you're going to have a genuine relationship with him. He's going to direct your path. He's going to show you what you need to. Why y'all think I've been single for 5 years? It ain't like people don't come up to me. It's just because I'm in tune with him. I'm like, oh, you didn't say him. Oh, you didn't say, like, he will tell you, he will let you know. And no, he's not loud. People be thinking, well, how God talk to you in a subtle way. He gonna let you know. That intuition, that gut is gonna tell you, like, yes, this is a good deal. No, this is not a good deal. Yes, this is a good person. No, this is not a good person. So you get a lot of benefits when you rocking with the one who on top. Okay,
Facts.
like, That's all I
And
say.
I'm glad that you pointed out that point about it's not always a clear voice.
Mm-mm.
God will talk to you through people.
Yes.
He will talk to you through experiences. He's like that parent that be like, I done told you. Now I done told
Right.
you. You know,
You have to be sensitive to me. I have a very sensitive heart. So if I see the next person going through something, but I did not go through it, you better believe I learned my lesson off of that, what they did, because God allowed me to see that. So it's just like, if you were like, oh, it ain't me, it can be you if you don't take that lesson, because he allowed you not to go through it. So learn from other people's mistakes, please. 'Cause it's gonna help you.
100% over, y'all. 100%
It's gonna help
over.
you.
But when I'm not accountable with my relationship with God, I can feel it. I can feel it.
Yes, yes.
And not only in, you know, a worldly sense, but my energy be off. And nothing in my routine has changed, but the amount of times that I've contacted God. And I be like,
Sometimes my routine change.
Right.
You start engaging in stuff that you know is not of him. Like, I know. And it's not until you get, it's like, I was not supposed to come here. Like, this is like, okay, God. Like, you knew, like, maybe I shouldn't have went. But you still chose to go because you ain't been seeking him, so you ain't that close, you know? So
right.
It's just like, or you really
or you be like,
got static in your ears, so you can't hear.
And let me tell y'all, and I'm putting myself on blast right now. If you are the type of person that's like me, like, he ain't gonna really mind, bro. You
Like, you good, you got this.
I be talking myself into sin. I be like,
right.
I be like, God, if you just let me go out and
prove
have
myself,
a
I'm strong.
little fun. And people try to, Bishop said this one time, he was like, people try to separate happiness and holiness.
Right.
And he said that holiness is the gateway to happiness.
True.
And I was like, wow, that makes sense. We always feel like going to Christ feels like we not going to be as fulfilled in life. Like we're going to be missing something.
Mm-mm.
And let me tell you, once you get to God, and I'm still on the pathway to him, right? Everybody's on that walk, but when you start walking, some stuff just be better on this side than it was on the other side. You know,
like what's that thing? Then they back up.
right?
Right, like
little TikTok. But no, so that's really good. The last thing I wanted to just do for both of us is just like, what are some subtle gems? I'll start with one and we can go back and forth a little bit. Some subtle gems that people need to know and evaluate about any one of those topics, or something that we may have not mentioned or talked about. I'm fidgeting. Y'all gotta stop that. But if y'all follow me on Instagram, which most of everybody on my YouTube does, there are things that my Instagram has low-key taken a shift. It used to be like pictures of myself and makeup and like my trips and my vacations and my worldly things, but it's turned into like my think tank.
That's
and
my like a vision board.
Yeah, like my philosophy on certain things. So one of the things that I want to talk about, or wanted to drop these couple of gems. So the first one I'm gonna read says, these are my tweets that I just kind of spew out when I'm feeling it. A lot of us are living in concealed exposure. We are giving a portion of ourselves, but not who we truly are. It's kept in the dark, which is another reason why we don't fully invest in relationships, because we don't know if we're getting the real person or the representative. And for me, that comes with accountability, because if you're showing up authentically as yourself, you will feel better.
Yes, you will.
You show up in a light that people can't even figure out, like,
they can't deny it.
She or he got that it, beloved. Like, I don't know.
They can't deny when you're you.
Yeah, like,
when you're you, it is what it is.
I don't know what it is. And then another one is when it comes to like those significant others, regardless of what it is. I tweeted, I don't need you to come to me 100% healed. I need you to come to me 100% whole.
Yes.
Healing is a constant. You coming to me whole lets me know that you are aware of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And on your progress to peace, you won't disrupt mine.
Right.
And
Ooh, key.
For me, that was more so like, be cautious of how you present yourself to people and what you are requiring to them.
Mm-hmm.
We like to get, especially in the space of romantic relationships, we like to hold the other person accountable for what they're going to bring to us, but we don't hold ourselves accountable for what we're going to bring to them. We also need to be, healing is constant. Again, like, there's going to be things I'm learning and growing about myself when it comes to romantic relationships that is, he gonna be learning me to the day I die. I'm gonna be learning him to the same extent.
That's
hell, I'm learning myself. But with that, like, come to me whole. Come to me willing to do the work. Be on your route to peace. Just don't disrupt mine.
A lot of people, I'm glad you gave that, you set it up that way. I just thought about something. A lot of people, please come to us whole, okay? Because a lot of people, they come pieces, just pieces of themselves. They got pieces over here with her, pieces over here with daddy that left them, pieces over here. And so you come and you expect this woman to just fill all the pieces that you don't have.
I'm not your mama.
I'm not your mama, your sister. I'm not about to build you. I'm sorry. Like, I may have did it in the past, but I ain't doing it.
Right. I can't raise you.
Mm-mm.
I'm not doing it.
I love myself enough to give all what I need to me, and if you cannot add, I don't need it.
Right. So, is there anything else you want to kind of talk about when it comes to accountability before we close out with
this was good?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just want to say on the closing side, just be accountable. Hopefully this video helps you to be accountable. If you was already accountable, I like that.
2 snaps and a twist.
Right? Okay, but no, I just thank y'all for listening. And thank you, Bree. Yes. And this whole little situation, I love the topic. And hopefully we can all grow in some areas that we discuss. Because there's always opportunities to grow. And hopefully y'all let us know what video y'all want next. What
video do y'all want next? Okay. No, I love having Asia, like, doing these topics. We kind of come up with a whole bunch of nothingness that turns into substance.
Like that too.
Like in a heartbeat. I can be like, hey, let's do another video, and she'd be like, all right, cool, what we talking about? Then I'll come spewing with some content, and she'd be like, oh, bet, let's do. So it comes together because these are things that we're going through, and even if this video only gets 1 view, it's the view that we wanted to get, you know.
It's gonna reach who it needed to reach, and that's important.
And if it reached you, and you know it could reach somebody else, share the video. We are not doing this to, like, just be in front of a camera. Obviously, I wouldn't come in front of the camera like this all the time on purpose, but I am making sure my skin is on point, so I'm doing, like, some mask and things like that, so y'all ain't seeing me laid and slay how I usually am. But
that's all right. There's purpose behind everything that we do. Okay.
Amen. But I am going to dub a black business right now. I'm going to pump them up that I want y'all to check out. Asia, you know, if you know a business, please tag them in the comments below. We definitely want to support these black businesses out here. One business that I am going to dub today is College Girls Brand. I don't know if you guys can see my necklace. I will insert a photo of it. That way you guys can see it up close.
Yes.
But College Girls Brand is actually the first brand I worked for in college. They were it's black owned, of course, but it was an extremely intuitive brand when it came to what college girls are going through seeking, whether it's like informationals. Their Instagram currently has been hacked, but I will tag the founder and her Instagram in the comments. Her name is Montiera Strader. She is a phenomenal person. She's always just been a ball of energy, a ball of excitement, and everything that she does in the year of intentionality, she has been intentional with her brand and in the movements and what she's trying to do. And it's a brand that I stand behind. I was their first, marketing director. Damn near gave myself that title. But it was great, and I just learned a lot about business during that time. She's actually one of my mentors now, and I still speak to her on a day-to-day basis about her business and her brand and how she's helping me cultivate some things that I want to do. So it's all around supportive brand. No matter what age you are, I don't care if you did 1 year of college, I don't care if you did a semester, I don't care if you graduated and got that degree. Once a college girl, always a college girl, because that's a different mindset and a portion of who you are. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely going to dub that Black business today. So support College Girls, the brand. Follow Mogul Puss and Monty the Mogul for sure for everything. Anything you want to add? Oh, She Slay Bundles.
Need to go to Instagram, She Slay Bundles. Go ahead and follow me, and what you can do is DM me your email so that you can get the notification when the website drops. Soon, website coming soon. And if you want hair in the meantime, just DM me. And yes, I'm very professional to get you what you need, whether I gotta mail it or drop it off, okay? And I'm coming.
But yes, guys, the last thing I want to do is when we get together, you already know a playlist is created. So let's not play these games. So in talking about accountability and subtle secrets, I know it's most of the time we need to be motivated by it. So the playlist that was created has over 50 songs on it to basically help you get to that goal. It is a hustle, motivate, grind playlist, and of course no other title but Hustle Habits. Okay. Ooh. That is the title. That's the title of the playlist. Okay, we got that Jay-Z, we got that King Nip on there, the Great to be exact. Right. Don't stress out, nigga. We poke our chest out, nigga. Weight on my shoulder, bring the best out, nigga. I don't know if we can say nigga on YouTube, so I might have to bleep that, but anyway.
Black Lives Matter.
Periana. No, it's just great music, great content. Thank you for everybody who submitted a song and said like this was it. Everybody's song did not make the cut because some of y'all was I don't know what was in y'all spirit, but it was motivating y'all to the bedroom, and it's not that type of playlist. Okay,
we gonna hit y'all.
Right, the next one, call me out, but. Yeah, so we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out. Yeah, let's get it. Bye.